Hi everybody, welcome back to the Rebel John's channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about lightsaber pommels. There's a whole bunch of different pommel designs depending on the hilt. Some of them are part of a cannon hilt, some of them are part of a custom lightsaber design. But pommels have a very big influence on the hilt itself. So the pommel actually is not only venting the sound out of the lightsaber, but it also adds as a counterweight, or it acts as a carrying piece. So there's a lot to it actually. They're quite important. So this is a saber forged to depth with a big round hole with a little tunnel in there. Oh, this looks so weird. With a little tunnel in there, so the sound vents out through that tunnel, and it gives you a unique type of audio output. It gives you more of a muffled sound, but it also is it's like higher in pitch, I feel. Another example is this Saber Trio. So this has no vent hole, but it has the speaker right underneath. So this is a 28mm bass speaker, so I can promise you it's super loud, and it vents the sound out pretty fast. It also acts as a little bit of a pommel. Now in this case with this lightsaber, it's actually not adding much weight to it because this one is fairly lightweight. The same for the excuse me, that's really gross. The same for the one from Saberforge. It's not really acting as a counterweight, but there's a lot of pommels out there for lightsabers that actually do act as the counterweight, and especially with crossguard sabers or sabers from Alto sabers, I felt like they always are more keen on using the weight of the pommel as a counterweight. When you put a blade in the hilt, it's gonna be more top heavy, and having a good pommel weight is gonna balance that out with the right length of the hilt, of course. This is a pommel on a Vader Salt Mitsurugi, and you can see very different design, very different idea about what they went ahead for the pommel. So this is a custom lightsaber design. So they decided that this is used for sound venting, just aesthetics and sound venting. Cover tech wheel is not on the pommel, but there's a lot of lightsabers that have either a carry D-ring, tri-ring on the pommel, or in some cases an actual cover tech wheel. So the pommel is really important, and there's a few companies where you can mix and match and buy your own pommels. So you can buy pommels from the MHS system from the custom lightsaber shop. You can buy pommels on Alto Sabers and Saberforge for your Alto Sabers and Saberforge sabers, and mix match those pommels and then get a different feel on the hilt. And it's really important because it's, as I said, it's not only aesthetics, it's not only sound venting, but it's also the counterweight that can be possibly important, especially if you have a shorter hilt. Let's say you have a 9-inch hilt and you like to carry 37-inch blades. Let's say a heavy dual grade blade. That's gonna be top heavy. That's gonna be leaning over. So you want a pommel that can counterweight it, because that's all you can do on the hilt. You can only adjust the pommel for counterweight. There's nothing else that you can add or remove on the hilt. Most cases they don't have those kind of options, so the pommel is really crucial for that, to counterbalance that weight. So you need to be looking for that if that's gonna be an issue for your hilts. Now on cannon hilts, yeah, you don't per se want to change out the pommel, because for example this hilt, yeah, you don't want to change that because that is part of the aesthetics. The pommel is part of the aesthetics. So but it's an important element of custom lightsabers. The pommel is, I would say, one of those very crucial parts on a lightsaber. It also really can make a difference on the sound venting. How well and how the sound venting holes are designed on the hilt, where the sound is venting out from. Is it from the sides? Is this directional? Because if it's directional, like this is all around, so the sound goes everywhere, and I like this. For example, with this one, the sound only goes straight out here. So if you hold your hilt like this, it sounds more muffled because the sound goes in a line that direction. So it's not as surround the sound. So that when you swing it like this, fine, the audio nice and crisp. But if you swing it like this, then yeah, the audio feels and listens muffled for you, not for the other person standing on the opposite side. So that's again also has to do with the pommel design. Really interesting type of things, and there's a lot of different custom lightsaber companies that are doing a lot of development in different pommel designs, different sound venting, to get their own best results, because not all sound fans, not all light. There's no one solution for a sound venting system, and it also has to do with what kind of speaker you use, etc., etc., etc. That's gonna depict what is the best option of sound venting for said lightsaber. So again, interesting topic. Hopefully you like that. If you want to see more about these kind of topics, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching, and bye bye, guys.